joining. So I'm Manoj Mittal and working as a senior technical architect in the Mindtree. So here I'm going to talk about the what the Microsoft Identity updates just released or in preview during the Build 2020. So let's start it. So this is the agenda I'm going to talk about quickly. The why we use the Microsoft Identity platform and learn what's new for authentication library has released and learn what's new for external identity. Okay, so before going further, we'll just take a few moments and talk why Microsoft Identity is so important. So we know the way the app builds and way of interactions of the data has changed now. How we are doing in old days. So the long ways, long old schools, what we are creating the full trust Windows app access and controlling the all the access management behind the firewall. It has changed now. So in the new words, identity management is a new way of a cloud platform with an open protocol that is auth 2 and the open ID. It's just handling a lot of things for us. Okay. So app permissions, it's just to access the data, consents, the policy management, all handled by Microsoft Identity in the backend. So we should not worry about all these things. Okay, now coming to Microsoft Identity. So before talking about these slides also, we take again, why again, one more time, Microsoft Identity. See, if you see the, now if we are looking, there are a bunch of applications at the cloud platform. And what will happen if all applications need a sign in, and each individuals you need to sign in separately to all the application. How frustrating that is, how annoying that is to remember the passwords for each and every application. Okay, so and what and the problem again comes how we invite, if you are creating any of the organizational applications, multiple organizational application, and want to invite external audience to my partners. They don't have organizational ID, like need to share with a Gmail account to a face account. How we can do, how we can access the corporate application outside the corporate network seamlessly. So that's why. So there are a lot of new features as released by the Microsoft. So we'll talk about and see the demo. So Microsoft Identity gave us the reduced sign-in the frictions. Just one sign-in integration, it reached the millions of these users to the millions of applications. No need to sign in again. If all my applications, it just use the Azure portal, Azure AD authentications mechanism. It enhanced the security in the backend. No need to worry about that one. So comply with IT. So it helped the enterprise to securely and compliance the requirements. So IT team from the backend can only manage, no need to worry about all those. It's easy for them also. So to whom, which domains need to grant the access, what type of access need to grant, how the compliance need to, securities policies need to deploy for that. So rich access to the database. Also, like we can use the Graph API, Web API easily into the using the Microsoft Identity platforms. So now we talk about here what's for the developers comes from the Microsoft Identity platform point of view. So it's giving the one portal to register all our applications. So we can log into the portal.azure.com, go to the app registration, and we can register all our applications at a one place. So it's give some sort of MSL. So that is Microsoft Authentications Library, which give you single sign-on experience among all the applications if we sign in one time. So if we have multiple applications which is registered with the app registration, then we can use those features seamlessly. Okay, and then it's providing the endpoints with the certified endpoints to the developers to start that one. And web APIs, we can use the Graph API. It support multiple identities. So it's not limited to the organizational. If I'm creating any applications within organizations, my organization fictitious name is like contoso.com. So it's not only limited to that one. We can expose those one. It will go to the my personal Microsoft accounts like the Hotmail account, Outlook accounts. We can integrate with other corporate Office 365 accounts as well as external identities like Facebook and Gmail. So integrations with the B2C, it's possible for that. Okay, and at the end, like it's using the industry standard, that is open industry standard, and it's built on quite rich platform which built on open industry standards. So the release from this is the new updates from the Microsoft. So it's a GA now. It's less MSL is GA for the Android, for the iOS, Python, Java, JavaScripts, and the .NET framework. All these are in fully GA. And these are the few new announcements what they have recently released. like MSL Angular wrapper is released, and it's available for the Angular purpose and for the JavaScript 2.0 Microsoft Identity Web. So it's quite interesting, this one. So .NET Core 3.0 onwards or 3.1, so we can use Microsoft Identity Web. So it's released their own authentications method, and it's quite simple to use. Okay, so let me move further. So once we create any of the applications using the Microsoft Identity, so earlier we used to see once we get the consent prompt, it comes like that. So that is the new release and the new features they have released. It's just showing the publisher's name here. So it's give us the more confident to the users who is going to use the application, who is the publisher, whether it's certified or not, or it just they have added the blue check marks here. So it says like it has certified with, this is the certified owner of the particular applications. If we need to see the information, we just click it here, we'll get more detail who is the certified owner for this application. So this is a new release, new features they have released. Now, if we come back to this screen, publish, so that it's called published verification. So now when we are creating any of the new applications using this portal, so we are getting here the new option as a publisher verification. So publisher verifications, what it needs is a simple process, MPN ID. So this ID is, it's like it's a verification process. If we have an NPM ID, it's like we have pre-validated all the securities. No need to go through the entire process one more time. If we don't have, then it's quite a easy process. But if it failed or stuck somewhere time, then it goes for a couple of weeks also. But it's always good to have MPN ID, and once we registered and quite fast, we have a validated publishers who is going to publish. So this is the new features they released during the build. So same as a consent prompt, I just showcase as in publish verification preview feature. So when we are just verifying with the NPN ID, it shows, yeah, this particular organizations or a particular application who built by this particular owner, it's just verified. So it's not like I'm using the application which is not verified or built by any anonymous. Okay, so let me move to the quick demo for that. Okay, so before showing that before going to the more detail, I will just create a one simple console application. So I didn't write a single line of code. Everything is available there. Just want to show how we can use our social identity here. So once I click it here, okay, this is the, so it will just prompt me to sign in. So let me check it's running. Yep. Oh, sorry. Yep. So it's prompt for the credentials what need to add. If I don't have a Microsoft accounts, there is a options is a create new. Once I click on the create new, here we can create our new activity. So you can see here I added a Gmail. Similarly, we have options to add a Facebook. So we can log in with our applications with a Facebook and the Gmail. So this is the new features they release and still in preview, but it's good to go to use this one. Once I clicked on the sign in with Gmail, so it will log in this my corporate applications with my Gmail account. So my cell phone I kept. Yeah, coming for verification. I need to accept. Yeah, I accept that one. What happened? Is it still running? Okay, anyway, it will accept, might be due to network some issues. Okay, so it will accept and it will log in with a, it's doing, I think we should wait. Yep. Okay, so yes, yeah. So now I logged in to my applications, which I created into the Azure AD with my Gmail account. So you see, want to see the which email account. So we have my Gmail account. Similarly, we can use a Facebook account, different organizational account, different like my Microsoft personal account. All these activities are available now in preview. So let's move to the demo. One more thing. Okay. So to create all those things, so like we need to log into the portal.azure.com and just moving to the Azure Active Directory sections. Once we landed on this page, there is an app registration. So it's as simple as that. Just few clicks. No need to create anything. Microsoft build. Microsoft gives everything to us in build. So just click on the new registration. So we can give any of the application's name, and we can select this application is going to use for my existing tenant only for the single tenant, multi-tenant, or tenant with a other Microsoft personal account, and just need to click on register. Okay, so that I have already done. So that's why how it's coming up like this section. So once my application has done, we'll just log in. So here you will see once we come up here to the quick start sections. Now this they have given what type of applications we need to build. Okay, if we are interested into the single page of application, just select this particular application, and so they have given the prerequisites for that. What need to do? So we should have a Azure Portal subscriptions. We should have a Node.js and Visual Studio Code. We'll just download the particular code and proceed for the other steps. So before that, now, so this is the section like how we created this particular applications which is running in the Node.js. It will give the entire code base to us. No need to write any single line of code here. But now the things comes how we can integrate with a social identity. Okay, so social identity point of view. Yeah, so there is a sections here in under the manage external identities. Once I go to the external identities, so it gives us the options if we can connect with the outside organizational entities. Like we have a Gmail, Facebook's, and other Microsoft personal accounts. So all identity providers here they give by default Google and the Facebook. So if we want to connect with a Google, we just need a client ID, client secret. That's I have already connected with a Google and Facebook. I'll just click it here. So it will give the same screens when I click it here also, and it's looking for the client ID and client secrets. And for client ID, client secrets, so we need to follow this particular steps. We need to go to the developer.facebook.com, and we need to register our applications and just say, okay, this is the app ID and app secrets will generate. Similarly, for the Google, it will generate my client ID and client secret. We can just take it, copy paste, and put it here. So that's it. So once we save it, we will get both the social identities in our application. So this is going at the entire portal level. It's not the application specific. Once it's done, we can map these sections to our particular application. So now collaboration settings. Okay, and once we are going to do this thing, so external collaboration settings, this settings is very much important. So we need to enable the guest self signing via the user flow. So this is still in preview. If you see all those actions in preview is released into the build. So we need to enable it. So if you don't enable, then the external entities which we are going to integrate like Gmail and the Facebook will not able to work here. Okay, so now next sections in preview is like a custom user attributes. So how the custom user attributes will help once the user is going to log in and their pop-up will appear for a consent. So it asks, we can use those properties once they will sign in. If we need any other information, we can use all these. So we can see all these are the built-in custom built-in attributes is already available. We can create our own custom attributes. So like once the user is logging to the particular application as an external users, we can ask if that user is a supplier. So we can ask, okay, what's your supplier ID? Instead of only taking their email address, the Gmail or Facebook email address, we'll just ask their supplier ID, and we can use those details via the Graph API in our custom logic. So now moving to the another sections, it's like a user flow. So user flow is quite important here. So user flows we can define. So once okay, let me open anything. So this is, yeah. Once we define the users, once we go to the user flow, so here we can define the identity providers, what we need to use. with our Azure Active Directory sign-in. Identity provider, it says whatever identity provider I have created, it will list it down here. So it's up to us in this particular user flow which identity provider we need to use. We can select Facebook or Gmail if you want to use both. Yeah, just click on save. So it will be integrated with a particular user's flow. Then this user flow we can map with our new applications what we have created. So let me go back again. Okay, so this is the user identity provider. Here we can define our own custom users attributes. We can define the page layouts. We can define our own languages. It's currently, I think, more than 23 languages are supported here. So coming back to application section. So this section is important. Once we define this users flow, so we need to select which applications we need to map it with this one, where we need the social identities. So for example, I created this section, MS Build, already there. So we just need to select it and just click on select. So it will list it down here. So once we will run this particular application, it will map it this particular section. Okay, so for example, if I go back and I'll show this one as I created here. So it's only mapped with a Gmail. Yep. If I had it with a Facebook also, as I logged in, it's showing the Google accounts. Once I select the Facebook and click on save, and once I rerun those applications, hopefully Facebook should also come there as a social identity. Okay, so let me rerun this section. Go to the view, and it's a terminal. It's already running. So let me go back here. Let me close it, this section, and run as a guest, localhost. And click on sign in. I'll just click create new. So you can see the Facebook also came here. So it's that easy to integrate the social identities with our organizational account. Now it's like we can expose our application. Anybody outside my organization can easily use, whether it's a vendor, it's a partner. So only just think those users we need to define in our Azure Active Directory as a guest users. We need to send invite. So once it's invited has gone and they have accepted, we are good to go with those social identities also. Yes, this is the major update announced into the Build 2020 with respect to Microsoft Identity.